Hello everyone, it's Tony back. We're still in Unit 3, but we're starting an area of study that's new for us, and it's the significant life experience, religious beliefs and faith area of study. So of course we have a new tab, and this is it right here. I've got on the tab the introduction to the area of study straight from the study design here, and it's of course a focus on the interplay between religious beliefs that we should be fairly expert in, and now significant life experiences, and it's experiences of members of the religious tradition. In this case, you need to consider, and we all need to consider, the different kinds of religious or significant experience that might be ultimately understood to be religious because of its connection with religious beliefs. And we will be choosing a significant life experience to study in some detail. So this is where it all begins. You'll please notice that over here on the left side, I do have a film that you can watch. I'm not going to insist that you watch it, but it's highly recommended because it does actually deal with how a group of men in North Africa, a group of monks, have to deal with the realities of their situation, and it's pretty tough really when you're a person of God and the world turns against you in your space. So that's the kind of experience we're looking at, that across the whole board and the whole gamut of religious belief, faith and experience. These monks have to pay the ultimate price for their faith. So I recommend it. It's a feature movie. It is high. It's got subtitles. That's what I'm trying to say, and that therefore is a little bit awkward, but it is beautifully filmed, and although slow in parts, is worth the look. So as usual, down the bottom of the screen we come to all the elements of our course, and for now I'm just going to focus on the outcome and the first tab. So the outcome: on the completion of the unit, students need to be able to discuss and analyse the interplay between religious beliefs and their expression through related aspects and significant life experience. So what counts as significant life experience? How is it connected to a religious belief? And how can that possibly be? Which raises the question, have you ever had a religious experience? We'll come back and talk more about that in class time. Going now into the first tab, and this is our general work on this area, and how does all of this stuff work generally. I invite you to read down. We have some headings here. Anselm was a famous theologian from medieval times, and he said famously this: Fides quaerens intellectum. It's Latin, and it literally means faith seeking understanding. That was Anselm's definition of theology. And of course, theologians try to understand their world with God in situ. So from a Christian perspective and from a faith perspective, really, faith is a given, and we try to understand the world from our faith perspective. That's what's being said in that little quote. Worth remembering that, Fides quaerens intellectum. So beliefs are defined again for you there, and human experience is discussed. We'll be doing some more on that in class, but you already are experts on human experience, And our friend Lonergan returns. In Seeking Truth, Lonergan claims that 4 imperatives are at work: attentiveness, intelligence, reasonableness, and responsibility. And hopefully that's returning to material that you already know about how humans come to truth. And our human experience, of course, is the ground of that truth. When our experience alters and changes, therefore our sense of truth changes as well. Down below we have different kinds of significant experiences that can have an impact on faith. And there are a list here of some of the different kinds, and that wouldn't be an exclusive list, but these things just might impact on your faith. An experience of joy, what's that like? Have you known joy in your life? How about wonder? Have you ever looked out and wondered about how incredible something was? Suffering is a deep, deep experience into the heart of human existence. Have you known the experience of someone's death, and how has that affected you deeply? Have you made a major choice in life? Have you known love? You will have known the love of family and the love of friendship. Human relationships are a massive experience in our lives, and some of those perhaps have already been mentioned: types of human relationships or types of experience associated with relationships. And one of those, of course, is commitment. Commitment to another, commitment to an idea, commitment to an organisation. So we need to try to understand human experience more deeply as we go through this next bit. And where does religion fit into this? How can we talk about religious experience? We'll be following up on Dermot A. Lane and Thomas Aquinas' thinking in that regard. So religious beliefs offer an interpretive framework for life experience. So you can read a little bit about that as we go through. And life experience, of course, is going to impact on religious beliefs. It provides a critical reflection on our beliefs in the light of the experience that we have in our lives. We follow down now with some examples of how that can work out. And here we've got suffering, joy, and awe and wonder, major life choices, the experience of grief, and a couple there that haven't been fully worked out. Further down the page we get into the experience of St. Paul, which will be our major study for our term. That'll be our specific example. So welcome to this area of study. It would be a good thing to try to take some preliminary notes, and the first of the mini sacks will deal with religious life experience and religious beliefs in general, the relationship between them. So you'll need to get on top of the material in the first part of this page, but not until we've done some introductory activities in this section of our course. All the best. See you in class.